Go ahead, Frank.
Hey, Calvin, what was the mood in practice after coming off of the Saturday's loss?
Energized, ready to get back to work, get ready for conference. We're going back up to Temple. So, last time we played there, we obviously lost. So, big week, big focus. So we had a lot of energy, put that loss behind us and came out ready to work.
And then looking at your two freshmen, Seth and Brandon, did you speak with them at all after suffering their first loss of the season?
Oh yeah, definitely. They were kind of down, but they're two freshmen. So two freshmen, they're not gonna lose the game for us. You know what I'm saying? So that's us older guys, and we just gotta make sure we keep their heads up because they're great players, and we're gonna need them going forward. But my thoughts were like, if we have a freshman quarterback and a freshman running back, we know mistakes are going to happen. Mistakes are going to be made. We can overcome that. So yeah, we just talked to them, made sure their heads was up because they're fierce competitors. So they were kind of down, but just make sure their head was up so we can keep on moving forward.
Appreciate you.
Terry and then Evan.
Hey, what's up, Calvin? How you doing, my brother?
What's up, Terry? I'm good. You good?
Man, I'm good. Hey, man, I know you and Sean been carrying a lot of the load offensively, for you guys. What do you say to your team and make sure that you don't put too much pressure on yourself and also to your teammates who's not getting as many targets to make sure they stay engaged and make sure they don't fall off?
I think me and Snag are older now, so we understand about like putting pressures on ourselves going into the game. I mean, if the game plans out for us to have 20 touches each and put the whole load on our back, we're prepared to do that just because we're older guys and we came back and we're ready for that moment. But if the game plan is not that, then we'll be ready for that as well. So, just whatever the game plan is and the flow and the rhythm of the game, we're prepared for it. And, just with keeping the other guys up, we know that all the other guys on our team, we got plenty of playmakers, and we're just kind of telling them that just be ready when the ball comes because the ball is going to come. So there was no down faces or sad faces, none of that stuff. Everybody was pretty up. I mean, but if you're a competitor, sure. I mean, if you don't get the ball or something like that, you're gonna naturally want it because you want to compete, show what you can do, and win. So, it's just about everybody. I mean, we're all on the same page with it. We're just ready for the next game plan to, hopefully put a beat on Temple.
Evan and then Devin.
Calvin, you mentioned 2 years ago. I'm curious, and there's a lot of young guys, but have you guys brought up kind of how that Temple game went 2 years ago? Because obviously the fans know, and you're going back to where everything happened with Joey, but do you guys bring that up to these guys as much, or is it more because of how last year's game went that you guys are talking more about?
We haven't talked too much about that 2019 game. But I think for the players that were here, that's something you're not going to forget because of just like how everything played out with that game, that season being one of our only losses. So, we're definitely not going to forget, but it comes a time where you just got to kind of move on from it. And it's a whole new team, new defense, new defensive front, all that stuff. So we kind of just put that behind us. But for sure, I would feel like that as older guys and the ones that were a part of that will have a little edge. And I feel like closer to game day and as that continues to approach that, we may talk a little about amongst our position groups about it, just about the intensity and focus we need when we go up there.
All right. And then last thing for me, we've asked some of the defensive guys about Greg Rubin, but just as an offensive guy, what have you seen from him as a freshman that has impressed you so far, just from maybe how he, attacks you guys in one-on-one drills or what? But what's been the most impressive thing watching Greg Rubin?
He ain't scared at all. That's the main thing. With being a DB is having a short memory and almost. I mean, for a DB, I like DBs that are cocky, So he has a swagger about himself that he'll line it up against whoever, and he a dog. He ready to compete. So just him having no fear, he'll line up, press, off, whatever, he has full confidence in himself. And so you can just tell by just how he carries himself, and especially you can see that with how he plays.
Thank you.
Devin?
Hey, Kevin, how you doing, man?
What up, Dev? You good?
I'm good, bro. I just want to ask you about how the expectations for Memphis football have changed from when you were a kid. Because you guys lose a game now, it's like all hell breaks loose. Back then, it was kind of expected. So how have the expectations changed for y'all more so nowadays?
I think it's in a great place for sure because, like you said, I mean, a loss for us isn't the end of the world, of course, but you know, it definitely hits harder than it would like it did in the past. You know, this whole university and this football program, we kind of raised our standards to, you know, to excellence, and it's not just something we say. Like we actually, like today, we came out here and had one of probably our best practices because we know we didn't perform to our standards on Saturday, and we know that we can't have that. And that's what I was I mean, not necessarily happy about, but looking back at the game, you know, like guys are mad, frustrated because like we're not, especially like the younger guys, it's not losing isn't something common around here. So, you know, it's just it's a definitely show that the program is heading in the right direction, and hopefully we can keep that up because we still want to maintain our standard.